It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the next best thing to a Friday. And boy, you talk about coming down on the last lap. Checkered flag is out. They've waved the white flag. I don't know if that's surrender or if that's like, okay, we're on our last lap. But we are pretty much coming around turn 4 and charging for that finish line at this point. And we still, as always, appreciate our great sponsors like Sherwin-Williams House Paint, The Shopper's Guide, and ProMed Ambulance Service. They've been with us for the get-go. John, it has been a big run, man. Well, I guess we can kind of look back and remember when we used to do Remember When with Uncle John.
Well, it's been a great 6 years. We want to thank everybody that's listened to us, that's been faithful listeners to us. I've gone in restaurants and convenience stores and grocery stores and been to houses and parties and get-togethers and civil functions and the barber shop and the beauty shop and the parts store, and people come up to me and say, "Man, I listen to you every morning."
There you go.
You know, we've got our guy over at Wood's Place. Every time I go in there, you know, he's always quick to tell me, "Man, I listened to you this morning." You know.
There you go. Yep.
And we're gonna, you know, we're not through. We're gonna come up with something here pretty quick. We've bought some equipment. We're gonna start our own podcast in a few weeks. We're gonna take a little time off, but I want to thank personally the owners and the staff and the employees of Y95 for having us here. And of course, I got to say a big shout out, a big thank you to Price Robertson, you know, that's been, you know, so good with us and does our lead in segment, and I'm sure we're going to have him to do our lead in segment on our new show when it airs. But Price has been so good as far as you know, being a fact checker for us and correcting us when we're wrong, which we usually are. You know,
definitely our number one fan.
That's right, our number one fan, and I would, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that we're going to miss him because it ain't over yet.
That's right.
He's going to be with us when we start back up. But my heartfelt thanks to the owners and the management here at Y95 for having us here. It's been a great 6 years.
And honestly, again, not to pull the old Price Robertson on you, you know, but we've been doing it more like 8. We started with a different radio station, those that will not be named because, well, just for reasons. But the great thing about it, after the run ended at the other radio station, with the Remember When with Uncle John show, eventually my run personally ended with that radio station. I was unemployed for a solid week and came to work over here at Y95, and I hadn't been here for about a week at Y95 when you walked in. You had won one of those trivia questions on the radio show. I know that's hard for people to believe because you used to win them like they've got a John Guess rule around here that says you can only win every 30 days.
Now that I'm not employed by the radio station anymore, I'm going to start winning them again.
Oh, you're going to start calling in again.
I'm going to start calling them again.
There you go. But I hadn't been here a week at Y95 when you walked in and you said, "Man, what are you doing here?" I said, "Guess what? I work here now." And you sat down in the chair in the front lobby and said, "When we start and Remember When with Uncle John back?" I said, "When can you come, baby?" I got the record button ready.
And I'm telling you, it's been a good run. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. As you know, I have brought attention to a lot of friends of mine, a lot of friends that passed away. I've memorialized them and said, you know, wished great friends happy birthday. I've got a friend that lives that's in Egypt. He listens to us. You know, it's nighttime over there, but he listens to us every day. I've got friends all across the country that's been on the podcast and listened to us that I've wished happy birthday to and happy anniversary and things like that. And I'm going to miss that part of it for a little while. But like I said, we're not through. We're coming back. We'll be back on the air before long. With a kind of a little bit different concept, but it's going to be the same, essentially the same. But it's going to be a little different because, like Howard Stern, who is scared to death right now wherever he's at, that we're going to knock him off his pedestal.
That's right. That we're coming to New York.
But we can say what we want to say and do what we want to do, and the only thing I hate is the Iron Sheik passed away a little too early.
Oh, man, look out. That's what you're talking about right there. It's going to be a little bit different, going to be a lot the same. But, as usual, we're going to treat you so many different ways, you're going to have to like one of them.
Again, thank you to everybody. We got one more day tomorrow. I think we've got a final Top Tune Friday song that's kind of appropriate. So tune in tomorrow for our last song. And we love all y'all, and keep listening because we'll be back. And thank you all so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely. That's going to wrap it up here today for Remember When with Uncle John. We'll see you one last time tomorrow, Johnny.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.